design to plan, from build to operate. Connected teams collaborate seamlessly and securely with powerfully simple, purpose-built solutions. And project data needs to be more than just accurate. It needs to be connected, connecting workflows to drive better, faster decisions. Decisions which can mean the difference between profit and loss. Decisions which lead to insights. Insights that work around the clock to monitor and escalate risk. Connected teams, connected workflows, connected data. This is the new possible in construction. This is Autodesk Construction Cloud.
Hello, good morning, everyone. How is everybody today? Okay, we are going to start. We're going to start on time, but before we start, we kindly ask for our guests who are here offline to please fill in the tables in the front because they are still empty. Jadi Bapak Ibu mohon dengan sangat keikhlasannya untuk bisa pindah dan memenuhi meja-meja dulu yang di depan. Ini masih ada 1, 2, 3 biar nanti kita jika ada tamu-tamu yang datang belakangan bisa mengisi meja-meja yang di belakang. Terima kasih kerjasamanya. Dan seperti diketahui acara ini adalah online and offline. So a very good morning to you all who are joining us online. Okay, so we shall start. Everybody's comfortably seated. Okay, I still see some are still taking their seats. Yes, Mbak silahkan mungkin bisa di meja depan. The closer the better. Okay, all right, so we shall start. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ifawpca webinar Digital Transformation in Infrastructure, Unlocking Universal Application. This is hosted by Indonesian Contractors Association. And first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Arleta Daniswaro, and I'm so happy to be here. And happy to see you all here. And before we start, I would just like to greet each and one of you, our very special guests. We have Director for Road and Bridge Management System and Strategy, Ministry of Public Works, Republic of Indonesia, Bapak Wilan Octavian, ST MPPM. Thank you for coming, sir. We have Ifawpca President, Mr. Kenneth Lu. A very good morning to you. Chairman of Indonesian Contractors Association, Mr. Joko Sarwono. Deputy Chairman of Indonesian Contractors Association, Mr. Muhammad Fauzan. Our distinguished speakers, offline as well as online, leaders of ministries, agencies, elements of government, both central and regional, leaders of state-owned enterprises, BUMN and their affiliates, as well as private companies, leaders of association and communities in Indonesia, leaders of universities across Indonesia, lecturers, teachers, professionals, and students from various campuses in Indonesia, and honorable members of Ifawpca and also ICA. And a very good morning to every one of you who are with us online. I could see you through the camera. Thank you so much. And of course, this event would not happen if it's not for our sponsors. So therefore, I would like to extend our utmost gratitude to our sponsors for their invaluable support. Thank you so much, PT Hutama Karya Persero, Autodesk, PT PP Persero Tbk, PT Adikarya Persero Tbk, PT Nindya Karya Persero, PT Hutama Karya Infrastruktur, PT HK Aston, PT Brantas Abi Praya Persero. And a very special mention to HK ExperTalk, where we are collaborating for this event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, we kindly request your full attention for this next video, which is a safety induction from HK Tower.
Selamat datang di gedung HK Tower. Gedung ini terdiri dari 17 lantai dan 3 basement dan memiliki 2 pintu utama pada sisi lobi biru laut dan lobi Jalan Karya. Gedung HK Tower telah dilengkapi peralatan standar keamanan seperti smoke detector, fire sprinkler, fire alarm, indoor dan outdoor hydrant, apar, first aid kit, tangga darurat, dan 2 titik kumpul. Pengunjung dapat menukarkan kartu identitas dengan Visitors ID pada resepsionis yang berada di lantai GF. Perhatikan tanda exit di setiap lantai yang Anda kunjungi. Itu merupakan akses yang harus Anda lewati saat kejadian darurat terjadi. Gempa bumi. Jika terjadi gempa bumi, tetaplah tenang dan jauhilah jendela, lindungi kepala dan leher Anda. Jika Anda mendengar sirine kebakaran berbunyi, ikuti arahan floor warden. Jika asap sudah memenuhi ruangan Anda, segera menunduk dan merangkak untuk menghindari asap menuju ke tangga darurat. Evakuasi. Pada setiap kondisi darurat yang terjadi, yang harus Anda lakukan adalah tetap tenang dan selalu waspada. Keluarlah dari gedung mengikuti arah rambu jalur evakuasi. Melepas sepatu hak tinggi dan jangan berlari atau berdesakan. Jangan membawa benda berat dan jangan menggunakan lift. Saat menuruni tangga, berjalanlah dengan tertib dengan memegang handrails yang tersedia. Ikuti arahan tim tanggap darurat dan menuju titik kumpul. Dilarang untuk kembali ke dalam gedung sebelum ketua tim tanggap darurat menyatakan situasi telah aman. Pada hari ini, tidak dilakukan simulasi tanggap darurat. Jika Anda mendengar alarm atau sirine tanda bahaya dengan pengumuman evakuasi, maka hal tersebut adalah kondisi bahaya yang sebenarnya. Demikian safety induction agar menjadi perhatian dan terima kasih atas kerjasamanya.
Thank you so much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen. And to kick off our webinar this morning, a welcoming speech will be delivered by the head committee of Ifawpca Webinar Jakarta, who is also the deputy chairman of Indonesian Contractors Association. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome for Mr. Muhammad Fauzan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and participants from across the Asia and Pacific region. Good morning and very warm welcome to all of you. It is my great pleasure and honor to open this significant event, the Ifawpca webinar titled Digital Transformation in Infrastructure, Unlocking Universal Application. First and foremost, I would like to extend my gratitude to all of you for joining us today. Thank you for distinguished guests that joining us today in Hutama Towel Ballroom. Mr. Wilan Octavian, Director of Road and Bridge Management System and Strategy, Ministry of Public Work, Republik of Indonesia. Terima kasih, Pak. Kenneth Lo, Ifawpca President, selamat datang di Jakarta. Welcome to Jakarta. Prof. Bimo Wuryanto Sumardi, PhD, Professor of Engineering and Construction Technology, Bandung Institute of Technology. Terima kasih, Pak. And our special, Mr. Joko Sarwono, Chairman of Indonesia Contractors Association, Secretary General, Mr. Jali, and all distinguished speakers, all sponsors, event collaborators, and all participants. And especially, as for today, we have international participants from Bangladesh, Hong Kong, India, Japan, Malaysia, Nepal, Philippines, Taiwan, and Thailand. Thank you for joining in online webinar. This collaboration is essential for improving our industry. Your presence is a testament to our shared commitment to advancing the construction sector and embracing the innovative technologies that will shape our future. As per our last meeting in Kathmandu, last 22nd November 2023, our journey at Ifawpca has been marked by unique initiative where member associations volunteer to collect and share selected topic of webinar information with the group. This collaboration effort ensures that we are continually learning from each other and staying updated on the latest industry trend. Today, it is the Indonesia Contractors Association turn to present this Ifawpca webinar. We deeply appreciate the effort of all committee members from ICA and Hutama Karya in organizing today's event. Our theme, Digital Transformation in Infrastructure Unlocking Universal Application, reflect our commitment to exploring how digital tools and innovation can be universally applied to improve our industry, from smart construction practice to data-driven decision-making. The potential benefits are immense. As we embark on this journey of learning and sharing, I encourage all participants to actively engage in the discussion, ask questions, and share your experience. Together, we can unlock the full potential of digital transformation and drive our industry forward. In closing, let us embrace the opportunity that lie ahead with optimism and determination. The future of construction is bright, and by working together, we can build a more innovative, sustainable, and prosperous tomorrow. Thank you once again for being here. I wish you all a fruitful and inspiring webinar. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pak Fauzan. And next, an opening speech from the International Federation of Asian and Western Pacific Contractors Association, or Ifawpca President, Mr. Kenneth Lo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Kenneth Lo.
General Director of Bina Marga, Ministry of Public Works, Republic Indonesia, Pak Hendy Rahadian, Chairman ICA, Pak Joko Sarwono, ICA board members, distinguished guests, industry colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, selamat pagi. On behalf of Ifawpca, I'm delighted to join you as we convene for the event today. Our industry is currently undergoing significant transformation, and it's crucial that we embrace innovation within the construction sector to lead the way in progress. We are seeing the introduction of new technologies that can lessen our dependency on labor-intensive methods. Engineers can now leverage on building information modeling, or BIM, to streamline and accelerate the design process. Thanks to design for manufacturing and assembly technologies, builders can prefabricate components and even entire rooms directly from these digital plans and models. The opportunity for innovation within the built environment sector are boundless. However, it is important to understand that each and every construction value chain must come together to achieve significant transformation. The theme of today's event, Digital Transformation in Infrastructure, holds significant meaning. It signifies our collective commitment to leveraging digital technologies to improve the way we plan, design, construct infrastructure projects. It is about embracing change and harnessing the power of technology to drive sustainable growth in development of our industry. Ifawpca plays a pivotal role in shaping construction industry within our region. As an organization, we serve as a unifying force, bringing together Contractors Association to promote international commodities, cooperation, and the cultivation of beneficial relationship between government and contractors. Through strategic initiatives like today's event, we actively support international collaboration and drive progress in the construction sector. Our effort aims to create a professional environment conducive to sustainable growth and development, ensuring prosperous future for the industry. Looking ahead, I am pleased to announce that Singapore will host the 47th Ifawpca Convention in 2025. With the theme Embracing Construction of Tomorrow, the event will serve a dynamic platform for deeper discussion, collaboration, and exchange of innovative ideas for the region. As we journey through the ever-evolving landscape of the construction industry, this convention promises to inspire and propel us forward for a brighter future. So I hope to see all of you in Singapore in 2025. As we convene for this event under the same purpose, I'm confident that today's talk will inspire all of us to think outside the box, consider new possibilities, and move our business forward. Our effort to transform technologies, processes, and people will not only allow us to confront the challenges that lies ahead, but seize the opportunity that comes about with changes. In conclusion, let us uphold the Ifawpca vision for the construction sector, where innovation, collaboration, and sustainability are the forefronts of our endeavor. With this, I wish you all a rewarding time today. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Kenneth Liu. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite to come up on stage Director for Road and Bridge Management System and Strategy, Ministry of Public Works, Republic of Indonesia, Mr. Wilan Octavian, STMPPM, who will address his keynote speech on embracing digitalization in construction, navigating through regulation. Well, he's already on stage, so let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Terima kasih, Bu. Selamat pagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Ini karena internasional, ini keynote speech-nya kita bawakan dalam bahasa Inggris. Mudah-mudahan teman-teman bisa memahami ya. So, Honorable Mr. Kenneth Liu, President of Ifawpca, Pak Joko Sarwono, Ketua AKI, Pak Muhammad Fauzan, Deputy Chairman of AKI, fellow webinar speaker, Prof. Bimo, advisor and committee, and all distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure and an honor to be invited to deliver keynote remarks. I speak on behalf of my DG, Pak Hedi Rahadian. I would like to convey his apology for being unable to present himself because he is now in West Sumatra in assignment. So please allow me to address Director General Highway point of view or Bina Marga point of view in digitalization in construction or navigating through regulation. I'm going to start by sharing the current condition, challenges, and development plan of road infrastructure in Indonesia. As you can see, we have 529 kilometers of road network in Indonesia. Consists of 47,000 kilometers of national road, and for province also almost the same, about 47,000. But for the municipal road, we have 433,000 kilometers. So more than 80% of our road network is municipal road. And the condition, based on our target in midterm development plan, we target in terms of road stability. For national road, our target is we have to reach 97% road in good condition, but our achievement only 94.02%. And then for provincial road, our target is the end of 2024 should be 75%, but our achievement only reached 71.33%. And the worst is municipal road, which is 80% of our road network is municipal, but the achievement only 55% from the target 65%. So we have challenges how we can minimize or reduce the gap of condition between national, provincial, and municipal road. And the budget required very, very large. We calculate if we want to reach the target of 65%, we need more, I think, 1,000 trillion rupiah. So another challenge can be seen from travel time indicator. So in Indonesia, we have 1.2 hours per 100 kilometers. If we compare to Southeast countries, we still below. Even in density countries, we still behind from China and India. This travel time indicator was measured only in Indonesia corridor from Jakarta-Bandung, Jakarta-Surabaya, and Jakarta-Medan. So we reach 1.82 hours per 100 kilometer. Later on, if we another challenge also from road services. Currently, our density of road is only 2.59 kilometer per 100 square meter. And we already have planned for 20 years plan, also documented in our minister decree number 367 in 2023. We want to reach the density 3.5 kilometer per 100 square kilometer. So we have to construct new road in 20 years, at least 26,000 kilometers. This is not easy task because it means that we have to construct new road, national road, 1,300 or 1,300 kilometers every single year. So the challenges that have been mentioned previously need to be resolved with effective and efficient approach. So in terms in preservation to improve road condition and how we can achieve the construction 26,000 kilometers in 20 years. We need to accelerate road and bridge development and of course policies, and innovation are essential in doing so. Data digitalization has been carried out in Bina Marga since 2005, starting from development of applications such as e-monitoring. We have application to monitor all the progress. And then we developed what we call IRMS, Integrated Road Management System. It is a tool which assists us in planning, programming, and budgeting for preservation. Furthermore, data digitalization in Indonesia has been growing more rapidly, driven by the establishment of Presidential Decree number 9 in 2016 on One Map policy and Presidential Decree number 39 in 2019 on One Data policy. These decrees incorporate open data principle in releasing data as a form of fulfilling public data needs for the community. In addition, President instruction to accelerate the implementation of e-government and the increasing demand for Industry 4.0 also enhance the need for digital transformation in data processing and business process of strategic sector, including road and bridges infrastructure. To comply the Presidential Decree, Bina Marga is developing geodatabase in our website by utilizing big data feature to solve a problem that has 5V characteristic: volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and value. Through our website, the public can see up-to-date information on national road condition, and the website is connected to other road information services, such as freeway licensing service, toll road lane information service, and project monitoring information service. All systems are integrated into a single spatial database due to the linear and continuous nature of road and bridge infrastructure. The outputs of each business process are also integrated and centralized in the Ministry of Public Works and Housing Data Information Center Open Data, what we call Pusdatin, which can later be shared with other agencies and the public. This geodatabase, which is supported by various systems, create automation at several points and increases the effectiveness of Bina Marga business process. Previously, Bina Marga business process started from planning, land acquisition, construction, operation, maintenance to post-construction, or commonly we call P-Sidlakom. The use of technology may not have been as massive as it is today. Apart from that, the flow is not integrated comprehensively, which causes challenges in its implementation. However, the Directorate General of Highway of Bina Marga continues to encourage innovation and the use of technology so that now the business process has currently moved away from conventional mechanism to utilization of information technology throughout entire process. In general, the entire business process in Bina Marga flow now incorporate various information systems that serve as tools to enhance efficiency, transparency, and of course, accountability. In line with technological development of progress, Bina Marga continues to strive to develop and utilize technology relevant to its business process. Three main technologies we are pushing include: first is IoT, or Internet of Things, where the primary benefit lies in system connectivity, point-to-center connectivity, and sensor-to-web dashboard connectivity in the field. One main utilization can be seen in our management of special bridges, where the entire structural health management system, or SHMS, of special bridges monitor sensor installed on the bridge. So we allowing the real-time monitoring of our bridge condition. Second is we use big data. We elaborate the various type of amounts of data collected related to roads and bridges through data mining, all of which is done in the cloud. One main system utilizing this big data is IRMS version 3. Data regarding condition, inventory, structural, and economic are processed for optimizing road infrastructure, preservation, planning, and budgeting to achieve the performance target outlined in our strategic plan. And then the last is artificial intelligence, or what we call AI, where its utilization in the road or bridge construction world can now be applied to robotic, traffic simulation and safety, automatic 3D infrastructure modeling, and analysis in digital twin, road and bridges. One example that we use automatic compaction is automatic compaction in grader in Mandalika project in IKN or Nusantara Capital City. Additionally, AI is used for automatic vehicle classification, and also we use for GPT OpenAI. Ladies and gentlemen, here some example of the application of information technology specifically related to road and bridge asset management. As briefly mentioned before, the main system we currently use is IRMS version 3, where planning and programming for road asset have been implemented since 2021. For bridges, the planning and programming guideline and algorithm in IRMS version 3 have been finalized, and we will use for analysis strategic plan 2025 up to 2029. We also have what we call PKRMS. This is the Provincial and Kabupaten Road Management System for planning and programming in regional road, provincial and municipal, with a relatively simpler modeling mechanism, but still prioritizing decision-making based on field condition data. Next is related to field confirmation is digital construction based on building information system modeling, or what we call BIM. Bina Marga prioritizing BIM as the primary method to implement good governance in road and bridge construction. In general, BIM is the process of creating asset digitally, enabling archiving, monitoring, collaboration, and increased efficiency in various construction process, aligning with the PSIDLACOM. We have a common data environment within our Bina Marga and Pusdatin. It's about 313 active project integrated common data environment. Another example for utilizing AI for vehicle classification, it turned out that many local programmers in Indonesia are already skilled in AI. So Bina Marga collaborate with simple technology and prepare a dashboard to analyze, document, and eventually utilize it for road network development. We have what we call CCTV EI services in Bina Marga, and currently we have 3 locations, and additional 38 locations will be added in this year. It is expected within the next 2 or 3 years, all major national roads will be monitored and traffic movement pattern can be analyzed, allowing for more precise and need-based road network planning in the future. We, Bina Marga, also have what we call GPT of Bina Marga. We develop GPT Bina Marga to assist project manager in field with decision making. So we train the AI with 62 guidelines, and we regularly add new guidelines as they become available. So project manager in Bina Marga, if they have questions regarding the implementation of project, we can chat in the chat GPT, and then the answer based on our guideline. So at the moment, the accuracy has reached 90%, and chatbot in our GPT system can answer up to 84% question from every project manager. Next, we have also AI-based road damage detection. Last year, we held a competition and we have 40 participants. We selected 10 panelists with highly impressive AI quality. We are currently conducting intensive trial with these panelists. So the primary utilization will be for rapid monitoring during holiday traffic period like Idul Fitri or year-end holiday. Additionally, it will be used as an aid for road condition recording by road inspector. Furthermore, we will develop also update the way with recording pavement condition index. So transitioning from manual to detection automatic by AI. All in all, innovation accelerate the creation of impactful tools. Innovation is not just a catalyst for a development process or just creating a shortcut, but also bring about effectiveness and efficiency in development of process. Through digital transformation innovation, a development process that requires many steps can be simplified into a few or even one single step. The value of the benefit for implementing digital transformation is quite impactful, such as increasing the efficiency of the development process, improving the quality and security of infrastructure, providing a competitive advantage compared to other technologies, reducing costs, creating new opportunities, and increasing satisfaction of infrastructure user. So, what is the future plan of Bina Marga? Based on the technology available today, we believe that there is still room for technological improvement. We will start to use predictive maintenance, where we can improve the accuracy of needs and allocation for road and bridge preservation by utilizing IoT sensor embedded or periodically detecting the infrastructure. Second is we will develop also what we call BIM generative design, which can enhance efficiency in creating typical road alignment design or simple bridge generated only from text description. Lastly, we will also develop what we call anomaly detection in construction quality management system, say QMS, inspired by anomaly detection in the banking sector. We will attempt to use similar method to audit construction quality based on the data in this QMS. But yes, we realize that implementing digital transformation in business process is not an easy and instant process. Of course, we have challenges that cause step toward digital transformation is not always be smooth. First is we need huge of investment because digital transformation tend to require huge in capital costs, so it is necessary to have financial strength in the early stages of using this innovation. Second is limited resources. We have many innovation in digital transformation, but until now still have not been fully mastered by our engineer. Also, we have issue regarding security in the data, so we cannot guarantee digital data is secure from the hackers, for instance. And then the last is, which is in this forum, I would like to encourage you, we have lack of regulation in digital transformation. Bina Marga, until now, we don't have specific regulation to cover digital, so you can discuss to assess us how we can create the proper regulation to support the digital transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, HK and Ifawpca have shown continued support for Indonesia and other member state improvement in the field of construction. Bina Marga look forward to continuing collaboration with HK and Ifawpca First is sharing lesson learned from other member states regarding regulation in the construction sector digitalization. How we forming the standard regarding digitalization in construction sector. Exchange the expertise and experience between nations in dealing with issues and challenges in road construction and management. And the last is how we develop the global partnership and scientific resources in the road sector in implementing digital transformation. Thank you for your kind attention. I hope you enjoyed today's program. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Pak Wilan, for the keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, especially for those of you who are joining us online, that we will have a concurrent room, and we will have that shortly after we have this very special session. This next session will be delivered by Vice President of Planning and Engineering Toll Road Planning Division, PT Hutama Karya Persero, Mr. Dono Nugroho, where in his career at Hutama Karya Persero, Mr. Dono Nugroho previously served as project manager for the Balang Island Bridge as the longest span cable-stayed concrete bridge in Indonesia for the time 2015 till 2021. And he is also the project manager for the Tenggarong Bridge in 2012 till 2015, and as site engineering manager for the Sukarno-Manado Bridge in 2009 till 2012. And Mr. Dono here will give a session about Tol Trans Sumatra, digital collaboration between all stakeholders. So ladies and gentlemen, let us give a warm welcome for Mr. Dono Nugroho.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sehat, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this wonderful occasion of Ifawpca seminar in 2024. Good morning to our honorable speaker today, Mr. Hedi Radian, represented by Mr. Wilan Octavian as the General Director of Bina Marga, Ministry of Public Work and Housing of Republic of Indonesia, and Mr. Kenneth Lu as President of Ifawpca, Mr. Joko Sarwono as Chairman of Indonesia Contractors Association, and Mr. Muhammad Fauzan as Deputy Chairman of Indonesia Contractors Association, and Prof. Bimo as a speaker, and all honorable guests and speaker in session, esteemed colleagues, and everyone joining us today. I am Dono Nugroho, Vice President of Planning and Engineering from Toll Road Planning Division from Hutama Karya, and today I'm delighted to be here to represent Mr. Kuncoro to present you about Trans Sumatra Toll Road, digital collaboration between all stakeholders. As we know, regarding the study of PwC in 2021 about construction industry vision 2024, construction industry faces typical challenge for years. Big challenge faced by owner and contractor are expected delay, cost overrun in the project, and executed related challenge. For several factors emerge, such as high risk involved in the construction process, too much waste is produced, slow process regarding the time from early planning stage to the construction completion, and slow adaptation to the new technology that repeatedly mentioned by professional and researcher, and so many hazards are involved in the construction. The industry is fragmented with so many disciplines involved in the project. When we consider all the risks, waste, and hazard, it has low profit, but still huge potential on it. There also a shortage of skilled labor, typically slow at learning, unlearning, and relearning, and there is a massive shortage of professionals with advanced digital skill. From any research, could be concluded that digital solution took a key role for overcoming this typical factor. Approximately more than 94% construction stakeholders satisfied with the implementation of digital tool which could strengthen the digital construction process. There are many research about digital construction and digital collaboration already conducted, such as by McKinsey, Deloitte, and Sorrentino. But our conclusion for term of digital collaboration is the concept of collaboration through sharing digital data among stakeholders at every stage in all process. According to the survey that more than 50% respondents in Asia, Europe, and UK and America agree that digital collaboration will improve productivity, quality of communication, and transparency. To face digital era and meet the need of digital collaboration, already mentioned by Mr. Wilan, Indonesia already has the presidential regulation about one data policy, which regulate the quality of the data and data sharing among government and agency to become easily accessible and overcome the challenge of Indonesia digital transformation. In 2021, Indonesian Ministry of Communication and Informatics published a digital roadmap from 2021 to 2024 as a strategic guide for the country's digital transformation. The roadmap of digital in Indonesia from 2025 to 2045 divided into 4 phases, with phase 1 and phase 2 will be focused on the strengthening Indonesia digital infrastructure and ecosystem. Phase 3 is the development of sustainable innovation and achievement of national digital technology excellence, and phase 4 is pursuing a position as a global technology leader. To succeed the digital transformation, already mentioned with Mr. Wilan a lot before, that the Ministry of Public Work and Housing, PUPR, also developed phases to implement digital construction. From 2018 to 2021, PUPR issued the regulation necessity to use building information model, BIM, on the stage building, toll road and capital, and technology intensive project. Following by 2023 to 2029, the derivative regulation and procedure in BIM and asset data integration are implemented to achieve the goal by 2029. All the Ministry Public Work and Housing implement BIM that integrated with state-owned asset. Right now, Utama Karya as a state-owned enterprise already implemented digital transformation for digital collaboration in every phases of the Trans-Sumatera Toll Road concession from planning until its operation and maintenance. In the planning state, Utama Karya implement a common data environment or CDE to store and manage the asset so that the right people can access the right information at the right time. It's allow Utama Karya and our stakeholder to make disciplined approach for the collaborative production of information is transparent, auditable, and controllable. Another digital collaboration in planning state is implementation of BIM, library standard model, which has flexibility to be used as a standard in another stakeholder, such as Bina Marga, within collaborative process. So our model can be collaborative with Bina Marga as a one in the single process. Through this utilization assembly code and BIM library standard model would lead to seamless transition, consistency, standardization of the BIM output, and accelerate the modeling process. Not only with BIM, we also collaborate with our consultant to monitor the geotechnical survey activity through real-time dashboard that to ensure the compliance of the survey location exact meet with our standard and monitor the consultant progress. And then we have the digital collaboration data in interconnection with the spatial data using GIS geoportal, which aim to obtain the real-time access and visualization data. Through this, Utama Karya could increase the effectiveness in decision-making and build the collaboration among toll road with other business entity. And we have another implementation in the pre-construction phase that could perform until land asset monitoring using GIS that will be provide real-time visualization and recapitulation status of land plot that required for toll road construction. And then in the construction phase, we continue to use data from CDE, Common Data Environment, from the planning phase, that all data still can be viewed and review anytime, anywhere between all stakeholders. Through this, it will be minimize the discrepancy and the more time saving for evaluation. In the operation maintenance, Utama Karya and other toll road business entity collaborate to ESPM dashboard. The goal of this collaboration that the toll road business entity and toll road regulator will be able to monitor the condition of the road that will be guide to meet the minimum service level agreement. And then we right now currently facing our challenges about digital collaboration. The challenge we currently facing come from cultural skill, infrastructure, and technology and ecosystem. Changing in method and requirement for the technology updated, continuous adaptation and development of medium and long-term synergy with stakeholder are some important aspect for stakeholder. Nowadays, digital collaboration in Utama Karya still fragmented among regulator, contractor, and stakeholder, with limitation of collaboration in its phases. In the future, digital collaboration should be integrated as a one platform with seamless workflow to collaborate among all stakeholders. But finally, this is integration of digital collaboration will lead to digital construction guide, target, and leader to mastering the cutting edge of technology. There is a lot of challenge in front of us regarding digital collaboration and use the efficient technology. It's such a wonderful to experience to share with you in this topic today in this special occasion. Thank you everyone for your time and attention. Good morning. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the concurrent room. And for those of you who are joining us online, you have a choice to stay here with us here at the concurrent room 1, or you may join the breakout room, which is the concurrent 2. Yeah, concurrent room 2. Because we have so many very special speakers here today, we cannot fit them in for the whole day, but thankfully we have this concurrent room. So yes, for those of you who are online, you may choose now. You can stay here with us or go to the breakout room to the concurrent room 2. And as for here, for our first speaker, we have a person who is of course, have many years of experience. He has 20 years experience in various infrastructure projects such as Asahan River, flood control infrastructure project, Sarula geothermal power, Muara Labuh geothermal power project, and many more. And now he sits as the SVP Head of Strategic Planning, Engineering and Technology Division at PT PP Persero Tbk. And his session will be on harnessing digital transformation, optimizing project life cycle in PP. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Yusuf Maharani. Pak Yusuf, before we start, okay, still getting ready. Okay, it's not on yet. All right. Before he starts, a gentle reminder for everyone that there will be 4 speakers for this Concur Room 1. And after all the speakers have their presentation, we will have a Q&A at the end of the session. So okay. You could write down your questions from now. And just a gentle reminder, sir, your time is 20 minutes. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Right. Good morning, everyone, the honorable speakers, guests, and who join offline and online. Today, I would like to present about harnessing digital transformation, optimizing project lifecycle in PTPP. Sorry, this is only a brief of mine. I already explained with the MC, but basically, I'm not type of fleece from the graduate from the Brawijaya University. I joined PTPP from now on, and luckily, PTPP gave me a scholarship to study MBA in University of Glasgow. And now I'm in charge of Head of Strategic Planning, Engineering and Technology Division. Ladies and gentlemen, today agenda I would like to share with you guys. It's about digital roadmap of PTPP, strategy and future development, corporate transformations, and project implementation. Where the speakers maybe already explained some from Bina Marga, and also from Hutama Karya. Well, now I would like to show you a brief in PTP, what's going on, what is the transformation digital in PTPP. So I would like to introduce my company, PTPP. We are one of the biggest construction and investment company in Indonesia. We are a state-owned enterprise, same like Hutama Karya, Adikarya, and many others. Our main business are 2. One is investment, and another is construction, where the construction is our core business. We specialize in infrastructure, buildings, EPC, and supported by our subsidiaries. We have subsidiaries here in specialists in precast building and ready-mix precast plants, and also we supported with the subsidiary in heavy equipment. In investment sector, we also have portfolios. We have 63 portfolios. Mainly, we have a portfolio in toll road, port, and drinking water. Also, PP has a portfolio in drinking water, waste infra, telecom, telecommunications, and also in energy sector. PTPP has a portfolio in oil and gas, well production. And also we have a property in reality, commercial, hospitality, and build management. So I would like to share with you our journey in digital, where the regulation of from the government start in 2018. PTPP ourselves already started in 2017. So we organized a digital construction day. It's the biggest digital conference in Indonesia at the time, and we have a team built before construct. And in that year, 2017, we also introduced BIM for construction method in projects. Next year, 2018, so we formally make a policy to our standard operation procedure that all projects in PTPP mandatory using BIM. That's in 2018. And in 2019, we have a second digital construction day and workshop. And our theme here is smart construction in digital era. So we here also become a pioneer in digital construction. In 2020, we got ISO of BIM level 2 from Lloyd's. Next, in the 2021, from Ministry of SOE, we got the first place in the business and technology category. And then also we got award from TechLive, BIM Awards in 2021. In 2022, continue in 2022, we awarded from Autodesk again, thank you for Autodesk, for ASEAN Innovation. So we are as an Innovator of the Year in 2022. And move to 2023, PTPP succeed win 3 categories, mainly in, we are the best human capital team of technology strategy. And also we are invited in an international conference in Lille, France. It's called International Group Lean Construction. So we are as a speaker over there. And also we got awards from ASEAN BIM competition in 2023, 6 awards in all categories. And the next, in 2024, we got a certificate from BSI, British Standard Institution, from the BIM high level. So these are our journey in digitalize. Right, so what is our future development? Same like previously in Hutama Karya mentioned, and also here, based on a research in from BCG, a research of impact, likelihood, matrix of new technology which used in the construction industry, such as drones, big data analytics, and IoT, 3D laser scanning, 3D printing, and prefabricated building component, integrated building. All these, the BIM must have extremely high impact and high likelihood. And also McKinsey has a research that technology actually can produce, increase 14 to 50% productivity improvement. So we cannot lay behind the technology. We need technology to improve productivity. Aligned with our vision to be a sustainable construction. So we have 3 methodologies for construction pace. One is Lean principle. What is Lean principle? So actually we are also a pioneer in here. Lean principle is a collaborative approach to deliver project delivery where all stakeholders work together. All stakeholders work together to optimize the project and reduce waste as little as possible. And the second, we have prefab, modularized, and industrialized construction. It's providing a sustainable impact by use less natural resource. So natural resources become a big issue. So we have prefabrication to reduce less natural resource. And we have also BIM for sustainable construction. BIM, as we know already, is a methodology to increase design efficiency and accuracy to minimize error and waste. So these 3 methodologies we use to achieve sustainable construction. How PTPP moved to a digital transformation? So in 2016, we are proudly to introduce the ERP, International Resource Planning, to a construction company like PTPP. So we start system ERP in PTPP in 2016. And now all business processes is digitalized and connected, integrated to SAP. Let's say marketing, we have a platform, marketing online. And also verification, we have verification online. How about auditing? Yes, we have. It's called Sign. It's internal auditing, auditor online. And how about human capital? Yes, we have a platform human capital here called SIAP. PP here, SIAP. It's a human capital platform digitalized. And then how about the procurement? Yes, it is. We are also using a digital procurement. It's called Smart eProc. And dashboard. We have a digital dashboard to monitor all activity. PT, APP activity, we have a Tableau. And for financing, also in finance division, we have 2 digital platform here. And for the joint operation, not only PTPP project, but sometimes PTPP has a joint operation project. Has a SIPJO, it's called a digital platform for joint operation project. So we understand that the PTPP adopted a lot of new technology. PTPP modified the technology, new technology, reuse technology, and also as an inventor of new innovation. So all of this IoT, like OT, like let's say load scanner, 3D connectivity is part of OT. And then IT, what we use IT, ERP, it's BIM, part of IT. And innovation, yes, we have many innovations. We have 1,100 innovation in PTPP. We have these two, all of this, we combine together OT, IT, and innovation to increase productivity in construction sector, in construction methodology, to increase productivity, increase the effectiveness of communication, collaborations, saving resource time, speed up process, create benefits, reduce waiting time, and so on, so on. So we combine all this together to increase productivity. How about the business process? What we do, is our process, business process standards? Yes. I'd delight to inform you that PTPP has international standard specifications. So what we do is also what internationally do. We have 9 ISO, and there are 3. It's part of the digitalized, which is BIM standard by BSI, British Institute, and information security management system. Also, we have a certificate from BSI and project management. So all this ISO is to convince to make sure that we are standard internationalized standards in doing all our business processes. We have also a digital platform called PP Knowledge Center. What is PP Knowledge Center? So let me explain you. If we want to know, if we want to search, if we want to find like manuals, BIM manuals, like methodology manuals, or let's say we want to calculate engineering calculation, even magazine. Also, we have also here engineering bank data. So all of this is in one platform. This is for employee, PTPP employee. You just log in and then type what you need, and then blah. They will give you some data that you need for everything, the business process you do in PTPP. That makes us life easier. So what is the implementation in a project? What is the digital immersion in project? So like others, like other SOE in the construction industry, we have also platform digital construction technology implementation. But I would like to delight you, if you see, if you see like stars here, small stars here, it means you are pioneer. So BIM, as I mentioned in the beginning, we are pioneer we started in 2016. BIM, of course, is provide entire project digitally, 3D, and cost management and clash detection. So, and GIS also, I saw HK Karsa also implement GIS. It's a mapping information system based on geospatial-based data. It's to improve project management. And CDE, we are a pioneer in here in CDE. CDE also now the Public Works Ministry now it's become a mandatory to use the CDE. Yes, it's to a cloud-based technology to convey various data from several BIM software from various stakeholders. So this is to increase effectiveness, communication, coordination between all stakeholders. Load scanner, we also pioneer. What is load scanner? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a dump truck full with material container, we don't need to jump to the dump and stick. No need. So you just go to the scanner, and there is a robotic, and they will calculate the quantity, and it's more accurate and more efficient, and we can reduce human errors. And 3D concrete printing. I'm delighted to announce that we are also a pioneer of 3D concrete printing in Indonesia. We have a collaboration with PUPR, with Public Works Ministry. So what is 3D printing? There's a robotic with additive manufacturing along with robots to print concrete. Yes, it's print concrete. So we don't need to have formwork. So it makes easy to print that formwork cannot do. So that's called 3D printing. We are like this. We can build a house here, small house. Here is the product, the 3D printing. Look at the curve. It's almost impossible if we use formwork here with the very curve here. So this is the concrete 3D printing. And next is UAV leader. UAV leader. It's actually combined leader with UAV. It's like UAV is unnamed aero. Yeah, aero is like a small like plane. So what is it? It's of course it's to have a surveyor. It's to expedite the work. So it increases speed on survey implementation. Next, we have OptiWaste. What is OptiWaste? So let's say OptiWaste is a platform to make a material cut pattern recommendation. So like rebar and then aluminum, profile steel. So we just use algorithm technology and then can make the cut pattern. And PP Immersive is a VR based, use special glasses to increase visibility, to obtain design, implementation method, and control. Of course, is to reduce physical mock-ups. And smart IoT heavy equipment, what it is? IoT heavy equipment. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we do infrastructure project, we do so many equipments. So we have put this thing, IoT, on the equipments. We can control it from Jakarta, where the equipment is in Papua, where the equipment is 1,000 away from your office. So we can maintenance the productivity. Even we can maintenance the fuel. So it reduce it can give effectiveness of using a fuel and also productivity with the IoT, put in heavy equipment. So also for the workers, not only for the employee, but also the workers, we put it like a ID for the workers, use a RFID. So the record of workers is we have the records, also the training records, the health records in RFID. And also smart gate, we are pioneering smart gate. What is smart gate? So it detects when the workers need to use a proper PPE, right? If the workers do not use a proper PPE, then they cannot go inside the gate of the project. And we call it kiosk sehat here. It means like one-stop health checking tools. So some operator take our sample of blood and then put this equipment and can measure your blood pressure and keep your data. And we can know who is good, who is healthy, who is not. weather forecast dashboard. We are still developing it. Yes, we put it in some our projects in project to predict the weather. It means we cannot reduce risk of damage and delays of project because of heavy extreme weather. And CCTV. What is the difference with the CCTV? This is a different because the CCTV can compress the data. So the data is not big, so we can compress it. We put it so it saves the storage. And we have also integrated smart dashboard. In our head office, the board of director room has this monitoring dashboard. It contains all the needs, the management reports like financial reports, and then also the schedule reports, and also the delay. If there is delay, then we can see, and it's all project, how many project that we can see here. Terima kasih Pak Wilan. Terima kasih Pak. Okay, continue. So, digital survey in IKN. We use UAV leader to expedite our survey in 400 acres. Usually it takes 6 months, but with this technology, only takes 2 weeks. And how we can, efficient the time and also people. And here also have a technology that Mr. Wilan just presented right now. Here, actually, we are the contractor of Mandalika International Street Circuit. We are the pioneer here. We are the first Indonesian contractor who built a circuit for MotoGP class. So it's very, very accurate. It's different type of asphalt. So we need a high accuracy. So we have a GPS for this asphalt equipment. Next is the video of digital transaction in PTPP. Suaranya?
PTPP Persero Tbk is one of the largest state-owned construction companies in Indonesia with several main business. PTPP Persero Tbk has successfully become one of the main players in national construction business through the accomplishment of various big projects. In line with the vision of the company as empowering the future, PTPP Persero is a trendsetter among construction companies in Indonesia. In 2017, the company was the only construction company to be acknowledged as a pioneer in practicing BIM and commit to implement BIM in all its projects throughout Indonesia. This effort is supported with the success of executing Digital Construction Day twice in 2017 and 2019 as the biggest international digital conference in Indonesia.
all my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Yusuf. Very impressive. Works of months can be deducted in just 2 weeks. Amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue to our second speaker. Our second speaker is a professor of engineering and construction technology at Bandung Institute of Technology. I'm sure you probably know him. He's Professor Bimo Wuryanto Sumardi, PhD. And he is a distinguished academic and expert in the field of engineering and construction technology at the Bandung Institute of Technology. And one of his notable projects is the development of a database model for construction, indices, and statistics to support infrastructure development in Indonesia. Now, his contribution to the field are recognized both nationally as well as internationally, making him a leading figure in engineering and construction technology. Now, he will be addressing the topic of breaking grounds in engineering and construction tech, the next era unveiled. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a warm welcome. This is Pak Bimo. Silakan, Pak.
Thank you, Bu Rosalina. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to see old faces, friendly faces in different occasions. And once again, we met here. I'm not going to share with you all the glitters, all the advances that have been presented by speaker before me or later on. But I'd like you to discuss and bear with me to see what we need to do in order to harness in the full capacity of the potential advanced technology. In this case, we're going to talk about digital technology, as what the theme said. Forget about the title of this presentation. What we're going to talk about is what we have done so far in the last decades in Indonesia. Of course, from my perspective as academia, it's not quite accurate, perhaps, from those who are really practicing in industry. Okay, well, what are the issues that we are currently faced? First, we have to understand that our structures, our industry structures, are quite different than what believed to be more stable structures, which is the manufacturing industry. However, seems like we are trying to shift ourselves from the traditional, conventional way of doing things into manufacturing. I'll give you into that in a second. Secondly, we still have a problem with access on capital. Of course, who are attending here are from contractors, big contractors, but from 130,000 contractors in Indonesia, those who are sitting here is probably only 8% at the top. And we are still dealing, Indonesia is still dealing with the rest, 80 to 90% of contractors. And we cannot deny the reality that those contractors are also facing the same problem with technology. However, they are bound with constraint on access to capital and also access to technology itself. Another problem with our industry is about logistics and supply chain. And when we try to move from traditional construction to more sophisticated manufacturing, we have to cope with that problem. And of course, the last two issue is always remain issue for construction industry and all other industry in Indonesia, which is the quality of human resources, who is going to cope with the new technology. As well, we have to face the challenge of our spread area of Indonesia. Okay, let's start with the, when we talk about digital technology, we cannot escape from the reality that we're still talking about industrial revolution. I've been talking to many people, especially in academia. Are we still in revolution number 2? Or we are going to jump to revolution number 4? So, looks like we skip Industrial Revolution number 3. So those kind of things that we have to really careful when we shift ourselves from traditional way of doing things into more sophisticated in manufacturing. And I believe that digitalization, visualization, and IoT are things that inevitable. We are here. We cannot escape from that. So what are the actualization of this revolution in construction industry? At least these 3 are what I think will be possible, and some of them are already here as an effect of embarking from revolution industry number the 3rd to the 4th. The first one is the industrialization of construction. Rather than demand-oriented construction, meaning that the client asks for something and then we produce something based on the specific specification. Perhaps later on, we shift into provider. So the way of doing things from procurement perspective of purchasing services, the construction perhaps later on not produce services but produce product. And we see that already been here with introduction of design build, EPC and so forth, even forward until the operation and maintenance as well. It's indicated by prefabrication and assembly, modularization, 3D printing, which was mentioned before by the last speaker, automation and robotics. That's probably still away from us here right now, but PTPP was pioneering the implementation of robotic using 3D printer. Still, there are challenges. Unmanned vehicle, aerial vehicle, drone, and so forth. This is part of the gameplay we are playing now. And of course, digitalization and visualization. BIM, IoT, cloud computing, we've seen this applied both in academia and the industry. So, as the construction become more complex, more demanding, more data is generated, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. So, would that be big data analysis the answer for that? Let's go through it. This is part of the survey done by Royal Institute of Chartered Surveying from UK. And in 2022, quarter 4, 2022, they're asking the industry about what will be the future of digital technology. These 4 indicate that we cannot escape from reality that digitalization will be the way we do the business in the future. And I think that also will apply to Indonesian construction industry. This slide, I borrowed it from Glodon Technology, showing that when we talk about digitalization, when we talk about visualization, when we talk about data, we should not focus on method of gathering, storing, and analyzing, as well as representing data, but how to harness information that would help us to make better decisions. I'm talking about data science. And I've been saying that only a small part of Indonesian academia as well as practitioners focusing on that area. So we're still busy with how to apply or play with the new toy, new technology, gathering data, and then we suddenly come up with a lot of data we don't know and we lost in the data. So this is what the big data. Initially, big data analytics was characterized with 4 things, which is variety of data, volume of data, and as well as velocity, rapid changes in data. However, the first 3 V are now expanded to at least 10 V. And Pak Director just mentioned that the last 2, which is veracity and value, will be the most important. And I'm going to talk about that later on. This is a new survey done by one of our students at the Institute. They're asking different stakeholders on what are the top 5 priorities concerning digitalization or advanced technology based on a computer. Not surprisingly, big data is only seen by the contractors as the smallest part. Mostly they are concerned on human resource management and as well as how to develop and implement BIM. Right now, I'm asking you, the practitioner, to look back how far we have benefit on using BIM. Are we still on the stage of trial and error? At least we show the people that we use BIM, or have we reached the most potential of BIM? And the key for that is to use data as a resource to reflect what the benefit we've gained on implementing that technology. There is another survey done by one of our doctoral students, especially this student was employee of the PTPP, the subsidiary of PTPP. He's doing this PhD on data analytic system information. And there, sorry. Can we get back? It's not working. Bisa kembali? No, back. Back, back. Again, yes. This shows that all the stakeholders are very sure they are ready to implement big data analytics. So, although previous surveys show only 1.07% of the contractors are already implemented or interested in BIM, and they acknowledge that they are ready and they acknowledge the benefit of using big data analytics. So why cannot use that as a stepping stone to really use data as the basic for making the best decision in our business? This is just illustration that the idea of implementing big data analytics is not very new. This was the 1999 government degree on try to collect data for all sectors, all industry, all agencies across Indonesia into one single language. We call it the Satu Data Indonesia. And along that initiative, I was still remember when I was a member of the LPJK, the Construction Service Board. In 1999, we introduced big data analytics to collect and use data to get a better and more accurate data about the construction workers with reference to more viable certification. However, because one of the reasons is because the money involved on that idea is so disappearing. Very sorry about that. Another one, this is very typical, that director of RUD, or Bina Marga, is one of the government agency which is very advanced in implementing and using this technology. So then again, this is a very good example on how we can learn on how we use technology that would benefit both the industry as well as the society. So what we do in campus, we understand that the industry have the full resource on exploring the technology. So in that term, we try to initiate something that would be part of the effort by the industry to use the technology more efficiently. So the idea is to create a roadmap of how we perceive, foresight, and forecast what technology will be benefited in the future. The idea is that we try to collect the, sorry. Can we return back again? As always. Bisa kembali lagi, satu lagi? Landscape of the past technology, what technology exists before, and what we are using right now, then we can use that for predicting what sort of technology that we can use for our benefit. And the idea is to create the technology map or technology landscape. So the landscape will give you freedom on how you project it, what kind of technology for your own benefit. For example, like, what sort of technology consists on material, whether it is process or final product. Where can use a certain technology related to material into road or waterways and so forth. So this is the basic idea. So this is what the methodology that we developed. Currently, we have been doing this for the last 2 years. One of my PhD students is doing that. And we are still struggling on collecting data. That's one of the biggest hurdle in developing the technology landscape. This is quite cumbersome, this structure, but basically this structure shows how we create knowledge about technology using the existing data spread out different area in Indonesia. This is what the mapping look like currently. We're still away. What we are doing, we use computer as a mechanism to search mechanism. So we ask the computer to go through all the internet website to collect what we perceive as technology. And we have natural language processing and so forth, so forth. And we try to group it into different kind of technology. This is show that, for example, like is technology number 5 is about the technology construction. Yeah, it is consists of stick technology. It's applied to beam and so forth and so forth. So we can trace that through the computer. Okay, having that process, what we are going to do is to develop innovative system. So we are not just collecting technology and use that technology, but we try to find ways, can we improve the technology for our own benefit? And we also try to get all the data from different different area, for example, from the government, from the industry, as well from the academia. From academia, we use Google Scholars, we use Scopus, we use Sinta as well. And we specifically only search with technology which relate to Indonesia. And then again, this is the mapping. This is another method of presenting the data. For example, there's a different name for this, and we try to identify the connection or the relationship between one named entity to the other. And the approach that maybe in the next 2 years is to develop algorithm based on AI to generate technology categorization for this instance. This is the data collection, data related to the construction technology. We group it into the government, academia, industry, as well as society. The source will be from internet, blog, website, and from the library resources. And this is the process, and having linked all the data, we're still in the process of collecting data. We hopefully in 2 years will be able to create Indonesian construction technology landscape, which is the ultimate goal of this routine visually in the office. 3D laser scanning, LiDAR and so forth will be part, and sensor-based tools will be also part of the equipment that we use in construction, including wearable device, whether on hard hat or vest and so forth. So in the future, we see the opportunity for that. First, the market for construction is growing, but to which side, right? Because the industry might also shift on the way they work from traditional conventional into prefabrication. So it's like manufacturing. And that would also answer. First of all, that will be realized if we have a better access to information. So having a great bandwidth, Starlink will be, is already here in Indonesia, so we have better access to all information. And growing digitalization will be inevitable over there. So what we need to do? In my conclusion, there's 2 things that we have to consider. First, having experience on difficulty in mining data from different agencies, my suggestion is how to create reliable data system in Indonesia, across sectors, across agency, across industry. Right now, we rely on BPS, our statistical bureau. And although it's the official data sources in Indonesia, the reliability is still in question based on the methodology of data collection and also the presentation. So perhaps the industry or AKI will initiate to have a better data for Indonesian construction industry. Secondly, we should not focus on the technology itself, but we should be prepared more on the human side. So we are not training new employee, or in my case, student, how to operate technology, but how to understand what the technology potential is and what they can benefit to technology. In the case of big data analytics, we are not teaching students how to gather data, how to collect data, how to grouping data, but how to understand what the data would look like if you change something that would produce valuable information. So that will answer 2V mentioned by Director about veracity and the value of data. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Bimo. And for our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is a Cambridge engineering graduate. and he leads Sunway's digital transformation, pioneering construction tech innovations like BIM Facility Management or BIM-FM for Parcel F Putrajaya, which is the largest BIM-F building project in Malaysia. Now, acting as the head of 3D and Sunway Integrated Property, he work spans from assessing and introducing appropriate platforms to digitalize companies' processes, integrating multiple platforms to building applications for internal stakeholders and external clients. And he also presented in AU 2023 on Sunway's Knowledge Portal, integrating ACC with OpenAI for smarter query, attracting significant attentions. He is the head of digitalization, development, and delivery of Sunway Property, and he will be delivering a topic on architecting the future, Sunway's in-house formula for data and AI. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. This is Liu Ziking.
Selamat pagi, selamat sejahtera everyone. Selamat pagi Indonesia. Thank you so much for hosting me over here in Indonesia. I'm from Sunway, Malaysia. So today I will talk a bit about my slides, which encompasses a bit about how we do both the human side and the digital side, because exactly what we talked about earlier, right? Digitalization is not just about having the tools. It's also about having the change management implemented. So maybe I will just roughly go through what Sunway is. For those of you who have not, I will roughly introduce. So Sunway is one of Malaysia's largest conglomerate. So we have township developments. We do hotels, malls, hospital, residences, offices, theme parks. But at the same time, because we built so many townships around in Malaysia, we also goes into sectors like property, construction, hospitality, healthcare, education, leisure, pharmacy, so on and so forth. So we also have our own university, we run our own hospitals, you know. So that's why we are a conglomerate in itself. Now, this is an image from a live picture from Sunway, not really live, but you can see that we have a township right in the city center of Kuala Lumpur. And you can see that there are all the components ready, and it's a very green city that we are very proud of. Now, to build up such a big city, right, you obviously need a lot of resources. And that's where I will talk through how we actually built up the capability to run this township continuously for 40 years and moving on. And I will also talk about a bit of VDC, which is virtual design construction, sorry. And about VDC Digital Excellence, Sunway Construction, which is one of the largest pure-play Malaysia contractor, we have implemented BIM since the year of 2000. In fact, we are the earliest in Malaysia. As mentioned earlier, we also have started and completed the largest BIM facility management projects in Malaysia. And I have to say, although this is more like an infrastructure talk, but I really wish that the knowledge sharing can happen between infrastructure and building, because that's exactly the exciting part about how we run different things, right? Maybe we can learn something from each other. And so we have completed this facility management project by the government. And subsequently, we internalized BIM to technical and operation. I think this is quite something that we have learned along the line of BIM. As in, I'm sure in most companies that runs consultancy or contractors, you have a BIM department and you have your technical department. The technical department produces the 2D drawings, and the BIM department produces the 3D models. Right? And most of the time, the technical departments will do the coordination, and the BIM are mostly a lot of modelers that are trying to follow up or do catching up, right? That's usually the case. I see some nods, okay? I think it's a bit common in the whole industry. We realize that this is a challenge because if we never marry the two together, it will never work. It will never work. So under the mandate of the new CEO, we decided to force the two to marry together under one department, which is called VDC. And technical and operation has to work together, and in fact, they are no longer separated in that sense, right? So a technical manager will guide the BIM managers and also the BIM team to actually facilitate with the BIM coordination itself. Now, because of some of these key changes and key developments in our company, we have mandated BIM for all our property projects, and we also have Sunway Construction who operationalize BIM, and subsequently, we have a 3D team, which is where I'm coming from, to provide technical solutions, support R&D, required to reap the benefits from the digital tool. Now, I just want to introduce a bit about myself before I move on, because I think I'm quite new to the room. So I'm Ziking. I'm a civil structural and environment engineer from Cambridge. Site operation engineer, I went through site as well for a year, started the digital transformation journey with Sunway Construction, and subsequently delivered the BIM project, and that's how I am. Now, this is something that I think earlier speakers have spoke a lot about. It's about data. It's about collecting data and making sure that all those data perform what you need to do in the company. And that's very important, I will agree. So in Sunway, we have always stressed the importance of having a common data environment, CDE. And why CDE is important is because we built it not just for the other developers or things, we built it for ourselves as well. And imagine if we are running a township of 100 years, 20 years down the road, I need a drawing for, let's say, this floor, I have to call back my consultants and say, hey, where is my drawing, right? It's difficult to run a project like such. And that's why we needed a centralized platform to store all the information, be it 20 years ago, 40 years ago, or be it recently, right? So that we can always do updates and changes to the project. Now, just a brief history, Sunway Township is about 40 years old and is growing. So it's a bit more matured in that sense. The scale of data that we would like to collect in all formats and in many folds. I'm sure the team here don't use a lot of WhatsApp, right? I mean, you WhatsApp drawings, WhatsApp instruction, WhatsApp RFIs and all these things. WhatsApp is one form of data that we really hated at times because we felt that this is not proper. You really need to write it down into emails, make sure the correspondence are. But site sometimes moves very, very fast. And this is some challenges we face as well. So it's quite common across the industry. But because of that nature is exciting, and we wanted a very future-proof, innovative, and integrated platform to ease our future self. Because imagine consultants send us drawing via WhatsApp. Someone has to document it down, and make sure that those can be searchable in future. And that's something very challenging to us as well. So what we were introducing last year in 2023 was actually a CDE platform itself to manage project with confidence. So it's all about having all the cost, time, and project quality information within the same platform. So this single platform will entail all the land information from preliminary massing, conceptual design, detailed design, tender, construction, all the way until facility management. And so for us, the clear answer is we kind of chose Autodesk Construction Cloud in this particular extent because of the ability for them to gel very well with the 3D side of things, with Revit. I'm sure some clients have shared it earlier as well. But I guess the tool is less important. It's more about having the right concept and making sure that all the data really sits in the platform itself so that we are able to use it for purposes like AI. Now, of course, a good tool will probably help you to sift out some of this information. So, in terms of ACC itself, there is an AI platform. It comes together with the Construction IQ. It helps us to sift through some documents, sift through projects, and sift through quality and safety. And we'll be able to have some AI features, such as auto-tagging photos, all these things that you saw earlier. It's all within the platform itself. So we don't have to build all these algorithms ourselves or use it or figure out how to do it, right? So that's why, to us, it's a very simple and elegant solution to a certain extent. But I'm not sure whether Autodesk will want to answer that question. I don't know whether it supports Bahasa Indonesia, which is a problem when it comes to localization, right? There's always a challenge when it comes to local industries here, right? It's about localization. And that's something that we have to acknowledge. The tools from the other states or other countries might not work very well on a certain extent, right? We need to customize it. That's why that brings me to the topic of knowledge, because that's the localization that we talk about. Different topics, different contractors will probably have a knowledge pool itself, right? And I'm sure earlier on the speakers have also talked about knowledge management, and probably just let me dive a bit deeper on how we do it, right? So that it's a bit clearer on how these things can be done. Of course, CDE being the single source of truth, I'm just roughly going to explain the idea of what common data environment really is. So in terms of common data environment, we adopted since 2023. Why is it a great tool to support our project needs, right? It's because you can do versioning of files. That means, you know, your drawing keep changing, right? You have updated drawings all the time. Version 1, version 2, version 3. And I think sometimes you run it until version 99 and you need a new running number, right? It happens, right? Versioning is big headache if you use other traditional softwares, right? So it helps with versioning of files, right? It compares PDFs, it compares the CAD files for you. That's all within the capacity of a CDE, and some Revit files as well. And review workflows with status indicator. So if you look at here, review statuses, you see that you can see that this document I can use it, you know, for my usage. This is a reinforced concrete work method statement, so I can use it. Whereas, you know, this is rejected, I better don't use it, right? It's clear for everyone that those are the statuses of the documents, and hence, you know, you would know which version of documents to use, right? But at the same time, it also has a link to other functions. So let's say if I have RFIs and submittals, right, I would be able to link it to, let's say, issues at site. So I can track down exactly, and there's no more double communication of what are the issues at site versus what is in the platform itself. But there are also challenges, and I'm not sure whether this is something we Malaysians uniquely face, or sometimes Indonesia companies will face as well. Let me share with you some dirty things that even our own company is trying to solve, right? Number one, you have layers of folders in your document. You have like technical drawing under which, you know, and everyone likes to create their own versions of PFI, the project filing index. It gets trickier when it trickled down, you know. Sometimes as a new person, if you come in, you probably need to understand how the whole structure works, right? And a lot of times because of project pressure, you ended up, I'll create a new folder right outside somewhere else to save the information down, right? That's quite common. Now, second one is the search. Again, in common data environment, the search is most of the time is not very flexible. You can see that, you know, we can search for waterproofing and all the waterproofing documents will come out, right? So that is a challenge. You can see that because I search for waterproofing, all these things comes out. And there's like 100 results and scroll down to load more, and I don't exactly know, you know, which one, because I can only go for exact keyword search, right? So that's a challenge. That's actually a challenge for us. I hope that that's a challenge to you too. If not, then you know, that would be something that you can skip. So what happens is the preferences differ. Top, you see that 03 technical. The way that the PFI is done is that you have drawing registration, and then it goes all the way down to civil and their trades, sub-trades, and all these things, right? And the bottom, you know, the civil and structure are combined, but the next thing the project managers decide to do is that, you know, file it by, folder by, you know, like, oh, this is the date of a submission, this is the date for the next submission, you know, by these preferences. So different project managers run it very differently. And of course, people come and go. I think that right now the market is very dynamic. And you know, when I say dynamic, you know, the next moment, a lot of people will go to another company, right? The job market is very, very competitive now. So people come and go. So when people come and go, it's very easy to mistrack all this information, right? Management of information becomes a headache to everyone, right? No one knows where the document is stored. And finally, OpenAI comes out, Google, Gemini, all these things comes out. People are expecting fast results, you know, especially the young generations. Why so slow, right? Why would I need to sift through all these documents to get the information? And bosses would think that you would need to be fast too, right? So that's why it's a challenge that we all face in the construction industry. And so that's why to us, we started our experiments using ChatGPT using GPT, in fact, not ChatGPT per se, with Autodesk Construction Cloud, which is provided by Autodesk itself. And we wanted to energize our file search with an OpenAI GPT, right? So I just roughly show you results because I don't want you to bog down with all the details. But the whole idea here is that, you know, I search for things to note when doing interlocking pavements. And when I click on search, the whole results, you know, will come out. What to do. Of course, this is in English. This is in English. But whatever that is written here, it's all internal database. And it's synthesized based on what is inside our CDE itself. Right? It also gives you a link so that you will be able to click in it and then access the exact document for verification. And I think that's something that is not going to go away. We are going to expect this more and more. In fact, we also push Autodesk to do features like such. Because with their support, I think the whole construction industry can do a lot faster. You see, we are developing it internally using minimal resources, not a lot of fine-tuning, right? Of course, big companies would have more resources to do it, right? But how about small contractors? How about the 80% that we talked about earlier, right? We probably would need to leverage on bigger platforms that has the in-house capability to do it. So I think as a contractor alliances, I think it's a consensus for us to also sometimes pressure the software industries to move forward as well, as a whole, right? Because we have a voice and they need to be heard, right? Now, the final puzzle that I wanted to just roughly brush on is change management. While we can do all this fancy technology, down there people were like, so how can I access these two, right? I need to go into the website, you know, it's not on WhatsApp, you know, things are very difficult for me, right? And I don't have time for it. That's quite common. So in terms of that, I usually call it the three hands that transform. What three hands, right? The first hand is the strategic mandate from management. I think that hand could not go missing. If your management does not believe in digitalization, then I think we need to fix that first, right? That's the first thing. Especially for digital team here, they are thinking of how to, you know, how to convince your managers. I think if you are doing that, I think you are doing the right step. But number two is to actually establish the team of digital transformation. You can't do it without any people in it, to be fair. Be it engineers, it could be data scientists. I know some contractors that have data scientists in it. Smaller one doesn't, right? But it's okay. You still have, and they call it digital engineers that play a lot of roles, right? They do some hand-holding, you know, making sure everyone is good. But last but not least is where you have a supportive site team at the ground, right? And because ultimately the beneficiary of whatever that we do is to make sure site team runs their project effectively, right? So I call it a press method. Not pressing the site team too hard, but to actually push the team to excel as an organization, right? So the first thing is we will do pilot. We will do pilot projects. So in terms of implementing a CDE, right, you don't go big and go bust, right? That's not how you should do, because especially with hundreds of projects running or tens of projects running, you don't have the resources. If your one or two digital engineers are working with you, chances are they can't run the 10 projects in one go. They need to split their tasks out. So what we do is, okay, let's take a pilot approach first, right? When we buy the enterprise license, we actually don't start the whole enterprise to begin with. We start with 2 projects at most, right? So we selected 2 projects that are suitable to run CDE. By suitability, I mean the project managers are open, they are keen to drive it digitally as well, and we will probably have a good relationship with the project managers, right? Or project directors or PDs, right? You run it for 3 months, you know, we really handhold them. We do weekly discussion, we do discovery, we talk to the project team, site team, right? And they are happy. So with the 2-3 months pilot, they managed to get 80% of the features being adopted. They know that, oh, this is how I can do it. This is how I can choose to install the app. This is how I can guide my subcontractors to do it as well. So it's about hand-holding everyone, consultants, subcontractors to do it, right? Number 2 is resolute. Resolute is where once you have the pilot, you have good results. Make sure it's good. You have good results. You then present the finding to the top management, which is like, You see, this is the results of it, and this is successful, right? This is how we run it, and we managed to save some money, we managed to save some costs, right? We managed to run it more effectively, right? And then you get some blessings from your directors, right? From even your general directors, right? And then only you seek for top-down decision, because sometimes a top-down decision straight is going to destroy relationship rather than building it. Number 3, enforce. So now that you have a resolution, you make sure that it's then being enforced. Of course, you plan for each project's embarkment, right? Don't rush through all projects in one go. Again, establish a support network and make sure you focus, right? You focus on the easy win, right? Don't go and say everyone should run schedule at 4D, inside. It doesn't work sometimes because some projects don't have a very stringent requirement of 4D. Some things that cost management is my concern. So maybe you have to strategize it slightly differently for different projects. So that's why your digital team is there to support you, right, on your journey. Of course, finally is to do spotlights. And in fact, I think Petit Pepe, right? Yeah. they are really good at doing it, and I see a lot of great achievements from Indonesia, and I really hope that the other regions can follow through too, right? That's why I say spotlight. You get the project managers to buy in the end, celebrate it together, right? Won the project, great, right? Then this is an image where I was receiving this award together with the project managers that I guided throughout the pilot project, and they won they are very happy winning it. So to them, it's a motivation to continue to move forward, right? So that's why spotlight them, right? So that's why it's called a press method, right? And so this is a bit of a snapshot of how we run ACC eventually. So this is how ACC looks like if you guys have not seen it. This is not a good sign, too many issues on the floor plan, but you can see that most of it is closed. And you have all the track records of all the defects, right, in the system itself, right? So it's a good approach. We like it. 3D models, it's the same thing. You can pin issues, make sure that all these issues are resolved, very clean interface, that we like it. Of course, in terms of forms, this is something that I sometimes will laugh at it. I'm not sure whether you guys do inspection checklists. You go to site with a consultant or cloud work, they will look at it, they will work site with you to make sure that all these are ticked, right? Complied. Now, this is a very funny story. We started this when we actually used the native form from ACC to do these things. And it turns out that our cloud work who are about 50, 60 years old doesn't like it. Most of them don't like it. Because the new interface is very unfamiliar to them. They decided to switch back to the old method, which is on paper. And we decided that, look, we take a step back, we say, look, our cloud work would not be able to use what we deploy, right? So we ended up compromising slightly. We put a digital PDF into the platform. And the cloud will look at it, it looks like something that we have used before. Okay, let's move on, right? So sometimes we have to compromise. Life is now never going to be by force, right? So that's why it's a good journey. It's a good learning from us that you need to sometimes suit what the site people's capability is, right? Despite sometimes things can be at your favor, right? Finally, just not to say, this is something that we have achieved. We started in 2023 with 59 users. And at the end of 2023 or earlier 2024, we achieved 800 users, right, within the company. And it's a journey to go, but about 80% of our projects and all 80% of users are already embarked on the CTE journey within 1 year, right? I hope that this is inspiring, that things can be done. Construction industry are not always as tough as we think, right? A bit of empathize, a bit of patience, and sometimes strategizing it might push the industry forward, right? That's all I wish for, right? And I think that's it. That's my presentation. Thank you very much, and see you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ziking. We will see you again on stage later on after our last speaker, ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the Q&A. And for our last speaker, he is a seasoned professional with a strong track record in driving digital transformation within large multinational corporations or MNCs. And prior to launching his own venture, he held several senior positions in MNC companies in Singapore and in Indonesia, including IBM, Oracle, Hewlett-Packard, DBS Bank, Credit Suisse, and also BCA. Now, with passion for leveraging technologies such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data analytics to create impactful changes. Now, he has successfully led initiatives with organizations across Asia Pacific region, and he is here with us today. He is a founder of Hyperlift AI. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ng Han Leong, who will be presenting the topic Revolutionizing Construction, Empowering Innovation Through AI in Building Practices.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, and privileged to be here. So looking at this cover, basically in literal meaning, indeed AI is in construction, right? So it's in the progress. So I've been hearing this in the previous speech, right? So in this short session, I'm going to briefly go through the technology in construction industry, explain AI in a nutshell, basically, the facts and on the field and the expectation, and I will give you some of the pointers on how to get there, right? So basically what you'll get, what will be the takeaway of this session will be how to get there. AI is far but not too far, near but not too near, right? Okay, just a little bit introduction about our company. My name is Han Leong, the founder of Hyperlift AI. Hyperlift AI is basically an AI consulting company based in Singapore. We partner and assist organizations looking at to venture into the AI adoption for their businesses. Apart from the construction sector, we also support industries such as mining and agriculture. Our team comprises of a committed individual with the expertise in digital transformation and artificial intelligence for organization. I think we have seen this in the previous presentation, all the advanced technology basically in construction industry, right? Looking at the, people will have a high expectation on how to enhance the construction industry by using technology. It's basically what you can see, the list of the technology that companies have adopted and or will adopt soon. AI is considered the second most important technology after BIM. You can see the size of the font basically next to BIM, right? Ranking from its significance in enhancing all the construction operations. So although we understand about the significance of integrating the technology of this to enhance construction operation, the major question remains, how do we begin? Which one should be the top priorities? So as what I said, it's all about how. Yeah. Okay, again, McKinsey, I saw some of the study from McKinsey before, right? So here, again, I've fleshed this out, basically list of the technologies, right? So McKinsey has emphasized the growing focus on the technology that incorporate artificial intelligence, right? So these, basically, there are details in the picture. They explain how the construction technology, right? However, the key question remains, the question of how, right? Basically, this is basically a list of the technology, yeah? how should a company embark in the journey to integrate AI into the construction operations? So before I explain and provide you some of the pointers to answer the question of how, let's understand a bit what is artificial intelligence in general. So AI is not the new technology. The concept has been introduced since 1950s. AI is a branch of the computer science that focuses on creating intelligence machine that can simulate the human cognitive processes. Since 2022, around 1.5 years ago, there has been a rise in awareness about AI being more user-friendly, especially the introduction of the generative AI to the public. The possibility for the AI application are expanding, improving various industry, transforming the way we live and work, including construction industry. And now, so this is basically the expectation. What promises that actually technologies, especially on the AI, what promises it delivers, right? AI technology has a potential to revolutionize, wait a second. So yeah, have a potential to revolutionize the way projects are managed, executed in addressing key areas such as cost optimization, innovative design solution, risk management, efficient planning, increased productivity, enhanced safety measures, and optimize utilization of the labor resources. However, the question is, could you just adopt AI as is and expect everything will work automatically? The answer is no. Okay. While the AI have a capability to offer the substantial benefits across these areas, it is important to note that it might not be one size fits all. Implementing AI in construction processes requires careful planning, integration, and ongoing monitoring to ensure the successful outcomes. Well, let's look at the field, right? This is basically the fact. Okay. In reality, construction sector falls behind in digitalization when compared with various other industries, because I'm coming from a background of digitalization for financial institution, right? So there's a relevancy here. Later you'll see the details in my key slides. So the numerous processes still heavily relying on manual methods. This will result in inefficiencies, error-prone operation, communication breakdown, data loss, safety risks, compliance issue, and many more. While the industry is making some progress towards digitalization, we see the implementation of all the systems, right? But the issues remains. You will have excessive documentation, excessive data overload without meaningful insights, and also over-reliance on the multiple systems. So how do we get there? From the current state to the expected destination or outcome. So now it's time to put everything on the table, very, very high level, but you get the more clarity. As you can see here, basically, we are taking a step back and look at the bigger picture. You can see the layer number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Number 1 is basically the construction operation. It's common operation in construction with all its activities. Number 2 is digitalization and the system. This is where most, if not all, operations are digitalized. Some systems that we basically recognize here, right? BIM, project, and construction management, etc. So at this stage, although you have successfully implemented a system, you might be facing some issues. System silo, which is data residing in every system and not communicating each other. Now we look at the number 3, data and AI intelligence. We need layer 3. This is when all the data are captured, automated, and integrated. You will reap the benefit of implementing AI here. And number 4, basically the business benefits. And finally, this is when the business reap all the benefits, for example, like cost reduced due to the better communication, collaboration, safety increase, project delivered on time, productivity increase, so on and so forth, of course, to increase the profit. So basically, there are 2 key takeaways from here. Digitalization must happen. Number 2, system integration is crucial. Maybe still too much, right? So you might be still having a question that, still too much, I don't understand how to start. Is this going to be a long journey? So the short answer is not at all, as long as you understand the situation and the priorities. Now, let me show you another pointers. You need to perform the maturity assessment. Basically, you need, within the organization, how ready are you in AI adoption? Identify gaps. From the conclusion, you get the understanding of your readiness in adopting AI. Second is prioritization. You need to use simpler yet effective methods to prioritize the implementation of AI in the organization. How to prioritize? You need to ask yourself a question. How valuable is the project initiative to increase the revenue, to increase the efficiency and the risk mitigation? The other question is, how feasible, how likely is a project to be implemented? You need to see this from a perspective of technical and the readiness. Okay? And finally, you come up with a roadmap that is actually traceable and implementable. The roadmap should be aligned and prioritized according to your business objective and realistically implementable. So I hear something like, start small, right, from the previous speakers, which is very relevant. Let me give you some of the information also that ideally you need to have all these assessment results. The feasibility studies, gap analysis, right? Briefly seen here. By having such document artifacts, you'll then be having a pure clarity on what you need to do, a significant business benefit that you can reap. So I'm going to give you a little bit like a real-life use case of generative AI, because it looks like this term has been quite, it's a hype recently, but for construction industry, yes, it's very, very relevant, right? So in here, I can really categorize into 3, yeah? Basically a knowledge base. We heard about knowledge management. It's almost the same thing, yeah? Real-time monitoring, and also the automation. But this automation is AI automation, yeah? So knowledge base is basically will allow you to allow every parties to involve in the, who is involved in the construction activity to share the common knowledge where applicable. For example, like project documentation, policy procedures, compliance, right? By leveraging generative AI. A real-time monitoring, it will allow every relevant parties to be updated with the latest progress, project status, etc. Automation, it will ensure every task are taken care of. Dissemination of the information are properly distributed to every relevant parties. But again, this can be extended to different use cases, okay, which AI involved in making making decisions at some level. So now the question is, do you really have the clear picture how to get there, right? So there are some points, as I mentioned, okay? Of course, I'm not listing only what technology, but how, right? Hopefully the points that, shed light how, what needs to be done. And also important to look for the knowledgeable and experienced partner that can provide necessary support and expertise to help you successfully implement AI solution. Well, if you ask me to predict what's the future of the construction related to AI, right? So maybe I would just keep it short. Robots and cobots. Robots, all of us know what is robots, like human figures, But cobots is basically collaborative robots, right? One of the type of which is the robot specifically designed to work alongside human and in a shared workspace. They are built with features that prioritize safety, flexibility, and ease of use. So cobots and robots will working alongside workers. Robots will take over the high-risk tasks that can be automated, and cobots work autonomously or with limited guidance. This will speed up the construction process, save costs, reduce injuries, improve efficiencies, and facilitate better decision-making. So I hope you gain some insight from this session. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Leong, please remain on stage. Mr. Leong, please remain on stage and take your seats. And to all of our other speakers, Pa Yusuf, Pa Bimo, and also Mr. Zicking, please join Mr. Leong on stage as we are about to proceed to our Q&A. So for those of you who have any questions, I hope you're ready with your questions. I know that some of the online questions, I already have them. Where's Nana? Okay. All right, so thank you so much. I think we should give all of our speakers a warm applause, ladies and gentlemen, and hope it gives you insights on how this transformation will have the impact, and of course it will affect the business of the construction industry. All right, gentlemen, are you ready to answer some questions? Okay. If nanti from the floor, if you have any questions, you may also raise some questions. Just please raise your hand, and then, okay. But we are going to start with the online first. Okay, for the online. Okay, yeah. So this is the first question, and this question is for Pa Yusuf. Pa Yusuf, which is our first speaker. The first question is from Pa Herman. So his question is, how is the progress of e-procurement implementation in construction projects currently? Can you provide an estimate of the implementation status in percentage and the target to achieve 100% e-procurement implementation? Also, how does it relate to safety and reducing accidents? So there are about 3 questions. All right. Would you like to answer them immediately? Yeah.
Thank you for the question from Pak Herman. In PTPP, we already implemented 100% of e-procurement. So we have a module, we have e-procurement system, we call it e-proc, right? So every vendors are registered to the our desktop, our platform, e-procurement, which so the vendors is selected with prerequisites requirements. Now, so in safety, of course, they have to have a safety and then specific specialization for vendor specialization. So in PTPP, all use e-procurement. And with e-procurement, the intention is to use more effectively. So the procurement can use the price and then the specifications, and it's all with system match. And then also the term of payments is over there. So not every vendors can join the PTPP procurement. So it's once it's selected from the beginning, we have a formats. We will send the formats to the vendors, and they start to fill in. If they have requirements, then they can join. If not, then they cannot join to our e-procurement.
Okay. Have you also answered the other two questions about the safety and so on? I think there was another third question. Okay. How does it relate to safety and reducing accidents? I think there were like follow-up questions.
Here is the meaning. E-procurement is the activity of procure the vendors. So when they deliver the products, so of course they need to deliver in our criteria with using safety procedures and quality specifications. So the e-procurement itself in here is to in the beginning is to like not every vendor can join. So it's like a filtering, yeah. We call it filtering. So if they don't have a safety procedure, if they don't have certificates, like says in how they handling the dangerous material, for instance, they need to have specifications. If they don't have that certifications, then they cannot be our vendors.
So like it does relate to safety and reducing accidents by filtering
the vendors.
For this procurement. Okay, so we have a next question. This is also an online question, and this question is for Professor Bimo. And okay, this is from Ilga from Waskita Karya. She said there's a quote from Josh Burson, which is founder of Burson by Deloitte. Digital transformation is not about technology at all. It is about people, just like what Mr. Zeking said earlier. But what do you think about this? And additionally, considering the high turnover rates in the construction industry, how does this impact digital transformation in that sector? So what are your thoughts?
Thank you. I cannot more disagree on that. Digital transformation is not about technology itself, but the way people, how to use that technology. So, like my conclusion on that presentation, the two things that we need to change should not focus on developing and using the technology, but understanding what the benefit would the technology provide us with. In that sense, from academia perspective, is to prepare people who is going to work in the industry on how to understand what the technology is, not what the technology was, but what the technology, why is technology being created, what the benefit the technology would provide us with. And secondly, additional considering the high turnover rates in construction industry, how does it impact digital transformation? Yeah. Okay, so like I said, we cannot escape with the reality that digitalization is there, is here. One is a good example is the IKN project in new capital in East Kalimantan. I talked with the Satgas Pak Hedi. Pak Dini. There are two things that he would provide for the workers who work over there. One is access to water, because it's so remote. And the other one is access to internet. Bear in mind that those who work over there, mostly youngsters, and they are very happy if they can access internet. So look like they are not being placed remotely outside the community. They can still access, they can still contact with peers, with friends, and whoever they want to contact with anytime. So having that, perhaps in the future, we have to understand what the new generation will be like and how they fit with technology. The Gen Z, Generation Z, which is born in 1997 or
the 2000s,
late 2007,
yeah,
which is my grandson or granddaughter, would like be more comfortable with technology. So for us here, who are going to help them to adjust themselves with the industry, perhaps we need to be aware on how can the technology help them or even attract them to go to the construction. Because construction industry, like Sonsei mentioned before, it's not profession that very interesting to everyone. It's dirty, it's hard work, it's hot, as opposed to those who work in financing, perhaps in a cool room office and so forth. But we can create that sort of atmosphere, having to use the technology, digital technology. Perhaps that's the
okay.
answer. Thank you.
I see Mr. Zeking nodding, and I know that in your presentation you said earlier that it's just not about a tool, but it's also about the mindset as well as the change of management. Is there anything you'd like to add to this?
Hello. Yep. Thanks for the heads up. I actually have an additional note to that. Sometimes it's also about the availability of the technology at the point of people. So it's a very interesting note when we talked about internet access in East Kalimantan, right? Because we also struggled a lot earlier on because laying cables was so expensive. Like enabling internet in remote areas can be very expensive until we recently got to discover that Starlink or some of the technologies that allow, cheaper access to internet because the near equatorial satellite is now available suddenly, right, and unlocked to us. So sometimes, if I were to think about, it's a bit of a chicken and egg problem but it's important because you acknowledge that we need to empathize people first. We need to know their problem first, their expectation. With that comes in, then I think technology, it's about picking the right technology, and if there is the technology, to unlock it, to solve the problem in a meaningful manner. So I personally believe that this is an exciting era because as being shown earlier, there's 3D printing, there's data that's coming in. There's a lot of exciting technology that slowly unlocks a lot of tedious tasks that we used to do. So I used to see admins crafting a lot of letters, a lot of legal cases, to protect. But now with AI, we no longer need to hard code those things, right? There's AI that is able to generate letters, so then we make use of it, right? Because suddenly those technology become cheaper. So that's my take on that, and I believe it does comes with the technology, but it's important that people are the one that we consider first.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Leong, I know you want to add something too.
Yep. Just keep it very short. So when we talk about digital transformation, just three pillars, right? People, process, and technology. So you need to have all this working properly in order for you to have a successful digital transformation, regardless of the industry, right? So we've seen this in banking. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, but this is out of curiosity, maybe for Professor Bimo. As we all know that Indonesia is a very huge country. We have a lot of people, so we have a lot of human resources. And I know when we're talking about AI for any sectors, people are going to feel threatened by it, right? But with this digitalization, do you think that we could use full capacity of AI with our infrastructure and with the readiness of the human resources, in your opinion? Especially if we want to go to, when we talk about development constructions, usually, where areas are not developed yet, maybe they don't have internet connection, like you said in East Kalimantan, and maybe the people are not ready. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a tough question, but I'm still optimistic. I have an example when I visit a project in IKN, how enthusiastic the youngster about their work. usually when I go to the site and ask a young engineer about something, they tend to be very nervous. Right now, with the technology on their hand, they can just connect to the internet, get the answer, and they are very creative on answering things. On the other hand, that also poses a threat for me as an educator. Having ChatGPT right now is probably the greatest threat for lecturers like me.
Yeah.
So I cannot just give them a question or a problem right now where I can access it, assess it easily, whether they understand or not on answering things. Because you can just easily connect things and get the answer perfectly. So, right, it's mentioned that people, technology, and process, this should come together. And we should very careful on applying that technology. Technology provides you with creativity, but creativity can be wrong.
True. Yeah. One thing for sure, though, that maybe these youngsters that they don't have compared to all of you is wisdom and experience, correct? All right, so we're going to go to the next question. Could you please display the next question? And I know this next question is for Mr. Ziking. Okay. This is from Niputu from University of Indonesia. Her question is, has coordination reached an optimal level for conducting external reviews involving teams such as planning and the owner? That's the first question. If so, what strategies can be employed to ensure full stakeholder commitment to coordinating via cloud-based platforms?
Okay, I need to read the questions, so give me a bit of because the TV is a bit far from me, so I'll read it from here instead, yeah. Okay, so I personally think it has not reached optimal level. I think there's a lot of optimization that we can still do, partially because I'm both playing a head of an owner and at the same time a contractor. We are actually, yesterday night also that we had a very interesting conversation with Indonesian contractors as well. And we were really pondering what are the right tools to be used for facility management post-construction. Because at the end of the day, the coordination that probably Niputu talked about encompasses a lot more than just coordination of beam coordination. In that sense, it's a lot more complex when it comes to different people have different use cases, right? But overall, if you just talk about beam coordination, I think there's robust tool out there. Naviswork is one. I mean, there's a robust tools and processes to be used to conduct coordination. And in fact, Autodesk has launched their Beam Collaborate as well as a license for you to do online coordination as well. So there are tools out there. It's just that in terms of strategy, I do believe that it's really based on in organization experience and the way you run it. What strategies can be employed to ensure full stakeholders' commitment? Okay, two things. I always complain about not having contractual obligation in the first hand. It's a big problem in the industry because in companies where contracts are, or in general, we are being contractors, right? We run via contract. And if the contract has no obligation for contractors to run anything digitally, means that there's no responsibility or legal implications, right? So that's why sometimes for owner, it is wise to think about that and put that in, if you need to protect yourself into the legal framework that you offer before you offer any contract to the main contractors or to your consultants, right? That will probably make sure in terms of contractual level, you at least get buy-ins, when it comes to running digital and coordination. Now, comes to the second layer, is about implementation. That's where just now we shared a lot about how to manage people, how to ensure there's a support structure, right? That will come in. But overall, I'll break it down into having legal and the contractual to start with, then the people to ensure that the process are run as per what you designed for, and finally expecting the outcome as you think it would happen. Yeah, that would be my answer to that. I hope it's clear. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope Niputu, you're satisfied with the answer. And let's go to the next question, please. This is for you, the question, and this is from Maulana from Ministry of Public Works of Indonesia. Okay, he says that we've discussed extensively about the current capabilities and applications of AI in the construction industry. Now, looking ahead, what do you see as the next major developments in AI? That's the first one. The second one is how far can AI technology go in enhancing the construction sector, and what are the potential benefits? All right, and additionally, what threats or challenges should we be aware of as we continue to integrate AI into our industry? Interesting questions.
So there are 3 questions.
Yeah, there are 3 questions. Yeah. Maybe you can start with the first one.
Yep, I'll start with the first one. Next major development in AI. Actually, it is happening right now, right? So it's basically started from the technology, now going into the industry. That's the way I see, right? No exception to construction industry. In fact, our friend from Sunway have done something, right? So I've also got some of the question, basically. So the keep on developing for AI. You see more and more, right? Right now, the latest development that I've seen is that you just point your camera, then you understand what it sees. It sees, right? Basically, understand it's a group of the audience, for example. You can describe properly, right? Has a memory, right? So you can imagine, you know, AI will be able to see now, right? This is the latest one. You can basically use for the construction industry as well, right? That's one. That's happening, right? In the future, I think it's growing very, very fast, right? I'll go to the second question. Yeah, I think I answered how far AI technology. Yeah, basically, you know, AI, basically you can see there's the brain, right? What about the body, the mechanic? I think there's companies like Boston Dynamics has been building that, right? So it combine the, you know, the physical and the brain to become something. But I mentioned about robots or cobots, right? Basically, you can use that for construction industry, okay? Third one, what is that? The threats or challenges. Well, AI, of course, having capability of, you know, be able to understand, right? Sometimes not so exact, right? It's not like a computer 1 or 0, right? You have a potential to have a hallucination, right? Hallucination. So imagine you have a so powerful, you know, machine or brain. You need to be able to control it, right? So basically, that is the most common challenge, right? When you use AI, you make sure that it really gives you the accurate, you know, information or decision or recommendation, right? That's actually one. There's still other things like related to the, you know, data privacy, right? Copyrights, etc. Yeah.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Maulana, from Ministry of Public Works, Indonesia. You know, when your last slide is just sort of like created my imagination for like thinking of Transformers or RoboCop in the future. But you said not too far, not too near. How long do you think we're going to reach that? Oh, okay. When we're talking about time?
That's a very good question. It came up to my mind as well. How long, right? Because I've seen this development, like it's even now it is here, right? But you know, come to the mature state whereby you basically can buy robots, for example. Right now, you basically can buy robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So for $30,000 US, you'll be able to have someone to, you know, cook the dish, cook the, you know, something at home, yeah? Wash the dish, all those things.
Yes.
It is there, yeah.
All right, so coming soon. Okay, any questions from the floor? Just raise your hands. Okay, we have one question from the lady in the back. Please state your name and your institution.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I'm Icha from University of Indonesia. I want to ask to Mr. Leon about AI in construction. It's very interesting. So based on the reality, in your opinion, how about big or how about the demand of the construction company to use or utilize AI in their process business process. This one, for me, to parameter to see the awareness and ability of a construction company to adopt AI. Thank you.
Okay. What's your answer to that?
Yeah. Yeah, just try to be realistic, right? So now we know we have good stuff, right? Good stuff that we can use AI. I believe you've been using this in your daily life as well, right? Helping you basically become you version 2.0, something like that, right? You understand more. Now, how to implement this in construction industry, the way I see is to be more realistic right now. We see all the, I would call it like a mess, right? When it comes to documentation, when it comes to, although you have digitalized in some way, like you have content management, scan the documents, all those things, but sometimes it's just there, right? Becoming a swarm of the documents, right? As well as the data, right? So now we're still talking about the data. I think Professor Bimo talked about all this big data, which is very relevant, right? Start from there first, right? So whenever you have data, whenever you have information, right, you can process it further, right? Well, there's some element of the AI, right? But right now it's still more towards data, capturing the data, right? The most like the use case that our friend from Sunway is that using the knowledge base, right? That you have like a repository of the documentation, right? You can easily access it now. Right, so everyone understands policies, everyone understands the compliance, etc. Right, so that's the quickest, quickest implementation that you can have now, right? Yeah, that's how I see. Hope I answer your question.
All right. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your questions online and offline. I know there are probably some more questions, but maybe we can continue later on during lunch, during network sessions. Maybe you could approach some of our speakers. Once again, thank you to all of our speakers. Let's give a round of applause for them. Thank you. You may return to your seat, gentlemen, as we will proceed with our next agenda. Okay, so we have heard so many sessions from the Concurrent 2 as well as from the Concurrent 1. I know there are many insights that will be very valuable to what you are doing right now. And before we end today's event, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a closing remark, which is from the chairman of Indonesian Contractors Association, Mr. Joko Sarwono, and he will be delivering the topic, Strategic Collaboration in the Digital Era, Empowering Construction Industry for Sustainable Growth. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Joko Sarwono.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As we come to the end of this session, this insightful seminar on strategic collaboration in the digital era, focus on empowering construction industry for sustainable growth through AI and building information modeling, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all our distinguished speakers, participants, both online and offline, team from Utama Karya as well, for their valuable contribution and engagement throughout the event. Also support from our sponsor. As we saw in here that our sponsor is like Autodesk, and then Utama Karya, and then from Pembangunan Perumahan, and Adikarya from Wika, from Berantas Abipraya, from Nindya Karya, from HK Infrastructure, and also from HK Asphalton, yes, sorry. And we can say that thank you for your participation. The discussion we have had today have shed light on the immense potential that strategic collaboration fueled by cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence and building information modeling, holds for revolutioning debt reconstruction industry and driving sustainable growth. We have explored how this innovation can enhance efficiency, productivity, safety, and sustainable in construction project, paving the way for a more resilient and environmentally conscious built environment. It is evident from our conversation that embracing digital transformation and fostering collaboration among stakeholders are crucial steps, realizing the full benefit of these technologies. By working together, sharing knowledge and resources, and leveraging the power of AI and BIM, we can unlock new opportunities, address challenges, and create a more sustainable future for construction industries. As we move forward from this seminar, I encourage all of us to continue the dialogue, forge the partnership, and actively integrate digital tools and strategies into our practices. Let us seize the momentum generated by today's discussion and collectively drive the construction industry towards a more prosperous, efficient, and sustainable future. Thank you once again to everyone who has been a part of this event. I look forward to seeing the transformative impact of our collaboration effort. In shaping the construction industry of tomorrow, together we can build a better world for generations to come. I also would like to express thank you to the host, PT Hutama Karya, President of Ifawpca, Mr. Kenneth Loh, Professor Bimo Wuryanto, and also other speakers. Hope that the seminar will bring us into sustainable development of construction. Once again, thank you and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, Pak Joko, please remain on stage because we need you for this next agenda. After our crew clear the stage, because I'm going to invite 4 of our speakers who have shared their presentation today to come up again on stage. So once again, we kindly invite Pak Yusuf Maharani, Pak Bimo Wuryanto, Mr. Liu Ziking, and Han Leong. Please come up on stage. As Mr. Joko would like to present all of you with a token of appreciation for being our very special guest speaker today. Yes, the token of appreciation is right here, yes. Yeah, you may present to Bapak Yusuf. Okay, yes. And next to Pak Bimo. Mr. Liu Ziking, and last but not least, to Mr. Han Leong. Thank you so much. Now let's pose for a picture. And for those of you who are joining us online, we invite you to please open your cameras. Yes, yes, and we invite Mr. Kenneth Loh as well to join the gentleman up on stage for a photo. And for those of you who are online joining us online, you may also open your camera as we'll have a photo taken as well. Pak Dono, we kindly invite you to also come up on stage. Gentlemen, please stay where you are. We have Pak Dono joining for one more picture. So this is the complete team. Okay. Okay, give a great big smile. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Yes, terima kasih, Pak. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this photo session ends our webinar, our Ifawpca Digital Transformation in Infrastructure Unlocking Universal Application. We hope that you have received many insight that is very valuable to your company. And of course, we would like to extend our utmost gratitude to our sponsor. Let's give a round of applause for PT Hutama Karya Persero, Autodesk, PT PP Persero TBK, PT Adi Karya Persero TBK, PT Nindya Karya Persero, PT Hutama Karya Infrastruktur, PT HK Aston, PT Branitas Abi Praya Persero, and also very special mention to HK ExperTalk, where we are collaborating for this event. So once again, thank you so much. My name is Arleta Daniswaro. On behalf of the organizer, would like to thank you everyone, offline and online, for your support for this event. And now we invite you all to lunch, where is provided outside in the foyer area. So enjoy your lunch, enjoy the rest of the day, and hope to see you again soon in our other events. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you. Oh, okay. Kami mohon kepada seluruh pengurus AKI untuk dapat naik ke atas panggung dan foto bersama along with Mr. Kenneth. Yeah. Oh yeah, with all the speakers and also Mr. Kenneth Liu once again from the Indonesian Construction Association. We'll have one more picture. And for all of our other guests, we welcome you to start your lunch. Kepada Bapak Ibu kami persilahkan untuk langsung menikmati makan siang yang telah kami sediakan di luar. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Please enjoy your lunch.